Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
I'm going to use this intro again because it was so good.
Sure.
And so appropriate.
Help yourself.
If that's okay with you guys.
You wrote it.
I know, and I want to do it again. Windstream and Kinetic didn't have a flatulence episode this morning, and you get to see, hear, and be a part of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show today, coming to you from the Sugar Shack Studios just outside Houston. Coming up, we talk to a guy by the name of Torsten Gross, and we're going to get involved in the National Mobility Awareness Month video, sponsored by, I'll tell you about all that coming up here in just a minute. And we're going to talk to him about that. And later on, we're going to have the cruise-in calendar. And we're also going to talk about a couple of the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, we always need Jeff Zekin. Mm-hmm. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that could you join us on the last half hour of our live show, 10:30 here in the Houston, Texas area, Central Time Zone. So wherever you're listening or watching us, we thank you very much for doing that. Wonder what time it is right now in Brazil. What time is it in Copenhagen? What time is it in Moscow? We've got viewers, listeners, and followers in all those cities, and so it's like I don't even know how to say. Hey, it's in the morning here.
Yeah, that's it.
It's in the morning here. That's it. Okay. Joining us now is Torsten Gross, and he joins us because we're going to talk about National Mobility Awareness Month. And obviously, us being a car talk show, we're mobile, but not everybody is. Those are those folks that have handicaps. And Torsten, good morning. I'm not going to try to get into all of that. I'm going to let you lead the discussion here. It's great to have you with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, so tell us what Pennzoil is doing and the Universal Joy of Driving and National Mobility Awareness Month. Tell me a little bit about you first.
So I'm a C6 quadriplegic in a wheelchair. And
what is it? Wait a minute. Because see, to me, a C6 is a Corvette with a certain number of years, C6. So tell me what a C6 quadriplegic is.
All right, a C6 means that I broke my 6th vertebrae down in my neck. So we've got eight vertebrae in our neck, and then we've got, I think, 12 in our back. And so that means I have 4 limbs compromised. So meaning my hands, right? So 1, 2. And then both my legs, 3, 4.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you're here with us and talking to us today. And I see that your shirt is just hands. I like that. So tell us how you got involved in this organization and tell me about it.
Yeah. So I've been I race cars. I race a 981 Porsche Cayman, and I track at Lime Rock. I track all around the country. But Lime Rock Park is my home track. And, I got introduced to Pennzoil. And, my first job with Pennzoil was I was in a couple commercials with them about a year and a half ago. And the bigger our relationship became, they really believe in what I'm doing and what my foundation is doing, which we can talk about in a moment. They then got me together with Joey Logano. And the joke always was, how do you teach the 2-time NASCAR champion how to drive? Well, don't let him use his legs. So we actually I taught him how to use hand controls at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and that's what we recorded.
Oh my gosh, I cannot even imagine such a thing. I mean, that would be like having me use hand controls in my Corvette.
Yeah. It's what's interesting though is that your hand-eye coordination is faster than your eye-foot coordination. So I actually can teach anybody how to drive with hand controls faster than you would actually think. It's more intuitive than one would actually believe. So yeah, it's fun. And, you would assume Joey Logano would, well, you wouldn't assume anything. Most people think it's slow. most people take it slow. On the second lap, Joey's going full throttle with hand controls. I'm just going, yeah, I guess he is two-time NASCAR champion. He knows how to drive. So it was a great experience.
No kidding. So tell me now about the organization and what you're trying to promote here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So driving with hands is actually and racing cars is the only thing for disabled people, the only sport that exists that makes us equal to able-bodied people. You and I will never do a marathon in the same division. You and I will never ski in the same division. You and I will never play basketball in the same division. However, race car driving, the car doesn't care that I'm in a chair. You don't know that I'm in a chair unless you saw me in the paddock before I got in the car.
Right.
So it makes us 100% equal. And to me, that is something, once I experienced that, once I found that, I had to share that with other people. So I started the Just Hands Foundation, and that gets people who are in chairs who use hand controls behind the wheel of track cars.
How exciting. I mean, what a great idea. What a great thing. We had our good friend, Rodney Rodriguez, who's a track announcer for lots of small racetracks around Houston and San Antonio, Austin, that sort of thing. And he was talking about a new event that they've got out on our 3/8 mile asphalt circle track here, and that's the Everyday Guys car race. So you can bring whatever car you drive every day and put it out on the racetrack with, a dozen of your friends and get out there and go for it. I'm thinking, you could be out there and nobody would ever know, but you're racing with hand controls.
Yeah,
whooping them.
I won my division in SCCA regionals a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
So I think it surprised everybody at the Lime Rock race, because it surprised everybody when they saw me get out in my wheelchair going, didn't see that coming. But you know what? At the end of the day, people always ask, well, are you going to do a wheelchair league or something like that? I'm like, no, the whole point is that I am just as competitive to anybody, right? Like, it doesn't matter who they are. And so I'm not going to start my own league. I'm going to go make people feel bad about themselves, whether they can use their legs or not, by beating them.
Were you into racing before you lost the ability to use your legs?
No, so this is my 30th year in a chair, and I've only been on track for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason, I guess I'm good at it. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about Lime Rock, but I'm doing a 57.7 around Lime Rock, so I'm hauling butt.
No fear.
It's good, and it's just something that I picked up quickly, and I love it. So I'm at the track at least once or twice a week. I live 7 miles away from Lime Rock, but so I'm there a lot. But for you guys, I've done COTA as well. I did an endurance race at COTA. That was a thrill. So yeah, I'm getting around.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to visualize how you would do that on a track. My father's van has hand controls in it, and I drive it every once in a while. And, the braking and everything by hand, and I'm trying to imagine on a track, trying to do the steering,
hitting the apex,
braking, accelerating, all of it. I mean, you said earlier your hands are a lot quicker, but in my mind, I'm trying to visualize you doing that.
Yeah, so I with my left hand, I'm steering. And with my right hand, it's turn for gas and push for brake. Now, I chose specifically a Porsche, or you can choose a BMW too, because they've got dual clutch transmissions, right? So Porsche has a PDK and a BMW has a DCT. So that actually makes you as fast as somebody that shifts manually, right? Because of how smart they are. However, there's still two parts at Lime Rock and different places where I want to be able to shift. So I'm working with a hand control company called Mobility Innovations. They design everyday hand controls. These hand controls have been around for 30 years. Little innovations here and there, but generally speaking, about 30 years.
Right.
I have now worked with them to be able to shift with my fingers. So we have an upshift and a downshift. So I've moved the paddles from behind the wheel to my hand controls. Now they also work behind the wheel too, so that when I'm doing a team race, an able-bodied person can hop in the car and still use paddles behind the wheel, but I'm able to shift just with my fingers.
Wow.
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah, very cool. I mean, do you feel? I mean, I would be really proud and really motivated to further this whole thing and let everybody else that has a disability to take part in all of this. I mean, what a great thing that you're doing.
I appreciate that. We have a car at Spa, we have a car at Nürburgring, we have a car at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and one at Lime Rock, and we are looking now this year, because of Pennzoil's support of us, we now have the ability to grow this, and we're looking for arrive and drives all around the country to put hand controls in, because I think what would surprise you is that it takes an hour to put one in, and once it's been put in, it only takes 1 minute to put it in and take it out. So what I mean by that is we're not making a car just a handicapped car, right, for disabled drivers, but rather you guys can drive the car, and then if I want to hop in, it takes 1 minute to put it in.
After the initial,
after the initial installation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The initial install takes about a couple hours, kind of like a seat, right? A seat takes a couple hours to put it in for the first time, but then you can swap out seats fairly easily because they've been put in for the first time.
Right. You won't be able to see this, but we're going to show our video followers this video that Joey Logano has done on your behalf, and I'm sure that you were involved in it. So we're going to play that, and you're more than welcome to use. You've seen it a dozen times. You know
Yes.
what the video is going to be like. So you just go ahead and continue talking and tell us how all of this works and the importance of this video for everybody.
Yeah, I think the idea of mobility awareness is not just for disabled people. I see my role, and I see car racing and track driving as an exercise in creativity anyway. So you might be fat, short, skinny, tall, right? Like there's the configurations of one's body, how strong you are, right? All that kind of stuff. What type of driver you are. It lends itself to different setups. And as you guys know very well, like, it's about creativity. You don't just kind of say, well, this is what a car should be and stop, right? It's what kind of driver are you? And that's what I loved working with Joey. We talked about how different setups are different. Like, let's think about NASCAR. You look at a NASCAR and it looks like a regular car. But the physicality of driving that is fundamentally different than driving any type of regular car, right? It's really strenuous. And so the video you guys are watching is me showing him how I do it, right? Specifically, and how I turn for gas and push for brake. And, I just want to encourage and motivate anybody, disabled or not, to just say, what does my drive look like, right? How do I make it work for me? And get creative with it. Right? There's no right or wrong answer. That's what I love about all this.
Have you done any drag racing?
I have not. I have not. My wife has kind of said, we get to have one race car. Let's stick with one hobby. Drag racing becomes a second hobby, right? It becomes very expensive very fast.
Yeah. Well, the only reason that I say that is because I'm sure that there are lots of folks in your condition that go to the drag race that would love to learn about this technology. All forms of racing.
All forms of racing. That's what's really great about the hand controls. They can be transferable into an ATV. They can be put into a drag car. They can be put into an off-road car. And for me, a road race car, right? So it's transferable. So anything with two pedals, right, or even three pedals to a degree, can be used by us, right? And so Just Hands is starting on the road tracks, right? Like Coda, like Sebring, those types of tracks. But the goal is to expand and get into any place where you just use your hands.
I did want to mention to everybody that if you want to see and hear the actual video, you can go to Pennzoil's YouTube channel. It's on there. Is there another place that we can go and see the video?
I think that's the main place to go. Definitely go to Pennzoil.
It's pretty easy to find because once you get into the Pennzoil YouTube channel, then you can put your name in. Is how we found it, and boom, it went straight to it.
Yeah, it's great. And it's a lot of fun. It actually shows our characters as well, right? We had a good time doing.
Yeah, I can tell. I could tell by the video that they edited into this piece that you look like you're really having a good time.
I mean, I get to track with the 2-time NASCAR champion, and how great is that, right? There's nothing better.
Yeah. How is Joey Logano as a person? One of the things that I was on the drag racing tour for a while, the pro drag racing tour, and let me tell you something. It's a different level when you get to a professional anything. The competitor inside of a human being becomes overachieving, shall we say.
Yeah.
And it's a different thing that if you've never been exposed to it, you're going, wait a minute, that's not just an ego thing. It's get out of my way, let me do this, and I will kick everybody's butt.
Yes, I'm going to end that and say, and they're willing to, and they want to listen, and they want to learn. What I was really, what was interesting about Joey is that he wanted to try new things. He wanted to experience something different. And I think that just makes somebody a better driver, right? Whether you're learning something that is 100% applicable to what you do or tangential to what you do, it's still giving you a different perspective of something.
Yeah.
Right? Now, yes, on lap 2, he's already full throttle with hand controls, where I went, because I was in the car with him, and I'm going, okay,
yeah.
You don't know the brake pressures yet, but whatever, let's go and do it. But at the same time, I could hear him taking in what I was saying and applying that as well. And I think that just makes somebody a better driver, a better person, a better, overall rounded person.
Well, listen, it is great and an honor to have you on the show with us this morning. We sure do. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it, all the great information. National Mobility Awareness Month. Pennzoil, very much involved in this. Torsten, we appreciate it again. Thank you, and best of luck to you. Stay in touch with us, especially if you come into Texas. Let us know.
I certainly will. Thank you guys for the time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
We certainly will.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
again.
You bet.
All right. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live 3-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
ProAm Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. ProAm is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. ProAm is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, ProAm's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. ProAm not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. ProAm is now reaching a worldwide audience through ProAm.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At ProAm Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and ProAm will lend you a hand. ProAm Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In-Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org.
By the way, I did want to remind you that the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available via email. You can always email us at info@inwheeltime.com. All right, time now for the cruise-in calendar,
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
well, today, Saturday, you've got one going on right now as we speak. It's Caffeine and Chrome at the Gateway Classic Cars of Houston. That is in Houston at their facility, if you know where it's at. And then tonight from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., you got the family cruise-in. That's the 3 Acres Food Truck Park in Santa Fe, Texas. Not far from you,
3
Mike.
Acres Food Truck Park.
Yep, Santa Fe, Texas. And then 6 p.m. to 9
It's like
p.m.
having all of your favorite fast food restaurants within
Coming to you.
Right, no, but they're right there in a big circle.
Yeah.
Big circle.
There's Jack in the Box. There's McDonald's. There's
Well,
Chick-fil-A.
I'm thinking not.
It's probably...
I said fast food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then at from 6 to 9 p.m. tonight, the weekly cruise in Montgomery Cruise In Montgomery.
In Montgomery?
Montgomery.
In Montgomery, Texas.
And then 7 p.m. tonight, Rigs and Tuners by Night. It's at the Red Circle Ice Cream Parlor in Pearland, Texas. So that's tonight.
What's that
I like
called?
ice cream.
Rigs and
Tuners.
Rigs and Tuners.
So it's trucks and tuners. Pickup trucks, call them a rig, that kind of thing. You
Well,
never do
I
that?
believe that there's a big classic truck show going on in Conroe this weekend.
They're
by Todd and yeah,
That's right.
The Lone Star Throwdown guys.
Yep.
Yeah, God dang it. What's the name
Todd
of that?
Todd and Lonnie, and it's well, I'll let you look for that.
There, okay. But tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you got the All-Houston Corvette Day Rally. That's in Friendswood, Texas. 2 to 5 p.m. tomorrow, you got Savage Sunday Exotic Car Show number 3 in the Heights Social. That's at 1213 West 20th Street. Now, here's something for next week. On July 3rd, I know it's a weekend here, but July 3rd, 6 p.m.
That's Wednesday.
Wednesday, the 4th annual Hot Dog Eating Contest Freedom Fest Car Show. That's in Richmond, Texas. So that's 1125 FM 359 in Richmond, Texas.
Kind of
Not
a
far from
hot
here.
dog kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
I am. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
4th of July at 5:30 p.m., the Freedom Celebration and Car Show, 25130 Aldine Westfield in Spring, Texas.
So the story is that I've been talking. I don't eat hot dogs, but
I like hot dogs.
I'm thinking, man, I got a hankering.
You
I
get
got a hankering for a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to my pilot buddy, Tommy Noto, and Tommy Noto says, "Oh, I got the ones for you." I said, "I don't want the ballpark. I don't want any of those. I don't want Oscar Myers. I don't want any of the." Go to the grocery store and get boar's head that are in the natural casing, and they're all strung together like they had in the cartoons.
Yeah.
You got to cut them apart. He says, those are the ones. So my grocery store run tomorrow is going to be boar's head hot dogs. I'm going to get those, and I want to get some really nice buns and not, Little Miss Sunbeam or something like that. I don't like those. And a nice bun. Give me some chopped onions, some relish, and some mustard. And somebody said, well, wait a minute. What about, I could sprinkle some cheese on there. I'm good with that. But I don't want sauerkraut.
No.
And I don't want chili on there. No. This is not a brat. We're not putting sauerkraut on a dang Houston, Texas hot dog.
Sacrilegious.
No, it's not. No, Mr. Michigan. I'm from Wisconsin. I got the edge on the
You got the brought up on me.
I got brought up on you.
When we lived in San Antonio, the minor league AAA team would have dollar dog, dollar beer night, kind of like what Rodney was talking about. And we'd get together and go out there. We didn't care what kind of dogs they had.
No, of course
about $20 worth of dollar beers, you don't care.
He just give me something, anything.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to give a shout out to George Skelton, our dear friend and my high school, grade school, junior high, and high school friend, who he and his wife are celebrating their 90th wedding anniversary.
91st, I think.
91st.
Yeah.
And he's also been doing some posting for us, and we appreciate that, George. Thank you very much. It's great to have you as a friend, and we love you very much, and give Twyla our best.
Happy wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
I think it's not 91.
Yeah, it's only 89.
No, it's 89.
He'll tell us, I'm sure.
There's no doubt.
Or Twyla will.
I can only imagine what they're posting right now.
Oh, no.
A couple of stories that I wanted to get in before we call it a day. Cost of vehicle repair is rising. Duh. Therefore, so is the chance of customers getting hit with hefty service department bills. To ensure they don't decline the work and help them afford the repair, more dealerships are offering, ready? Droll rum? Droll rum.
I know, I got it.
Offering buy now, pay later service lane financing. Not only does it give customers more flexibility, the financing option also boosts customer satisfaction, according to some dealerships. Of course it did. According to J.D. Power, the average amount spent on premium dealership service rose from $314 in 2023 to $380 this year, a 21% increase. For mass market brands, amount rose 11% from $125 in 23 to $140 in 2024. So now you can finance your vehicle repairs.
Well, it's buy now, pay later, but that still doesn't get you in the shop any quicker.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
I doubt it.
If you bring your car to us today,
we'll have it next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Ram grabbed the top spot on the J.D. Power U.S. Initial Quality Survey for the second time in 4 years, while Stellantis stablemate Dodge dropped to last place after leading the industry in 2023. Well, do they make anything in Dodge anymore? Other than the
EV?
I think that's about it now.
That's about it right now. Porsche ascended to the number one ranking among premium brands after being the runner-up last year to Stellantis-owned Alfa Romeo, which fell to the bottom tier in 2024.
Ooh.
Porsche was 7th overall. Chevrolet ranked second, moving up 3 spots from last year. Hyundai jumped to 3rd place, up from 17. Kia was 4th, and Buick rounded out the top 5. GMC and Cadillac fell out of the top 10. Ford moved up from below average in 2023 to 9th place this year. Owners reported an average of 195 problems per 100 vehicles, 3 more than a year ago.
Wow.
Ram had 149 problems per 100 vehicles, and Porsche had 172. Ram did very well in numerous areas, including their infotainment system, according to Frank Hanley, Senior Director of Auto Benchmarking at J.D. Power. And this story from Automotive News. Study now in its 38th year based on responses from 99,000 people, so it's legit.
Yeah.
And Chinese automotive brands are expected to achieve 33% market share across the globe by 2030.
What?
Including a 20% market share in Mexico, according to a report by the consulting firm Alex Partners.
Wow.
For Western automakers, it's not just competing in the Chinese market, it's competing with the Chinese automakers around the globe. The Biden administration raised tariffs on Chinese EVs in May to 102.5% from a previous 27.5%. Still, Chinese manufacturers could take advantage of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. Mm-hmm. That policy may allow vehicles to enter the U.S. from Mexico duty-free if 75% of the vehicle and parts come from North America and 40% come from places where wages are $16 or more per hour. I don't have time.
Read those percentages again.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
All right, so thank you for playing. But we're going to be back here on In Wheel Time right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupi Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupi Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupi Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupi Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupi's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupi Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupi Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
Oh, stop your crying. Yes, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Here's my hanky. Be sure to check out our website, nwheeltime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Tell your car friends about us and share our stuff. We'll keep you connected to the automotive world all week long. Love letters, suggestions, and hate mail can be sent to Mars at nwheeltime.com. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Daily 30-minute podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. We post a new episode every day. And don't forget, we live stream this show on Facebook, YouTube, and nwheeltime.com every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. The In Wheel Time Video Technical Director and Wise Guy is We Need More Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, people finder, Mike Out of This World Mars, and Chief Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. We hope you'll join us next week here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. It's coming your way Saturday, July the 6th from 8 to 11 a.m. on all of our In Wheel Time Car Talk outlets. Have a great weekend. Have a great 4th of July. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next week.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.